How's it going, you bunch of misfits? I hope you're doing okay. So as promised, here is an Ark build video. Now I've got more animal battles coming for Far Cry 5, but I promised this Ark build video a while back, so I'm finally delivering. On screen's my social media, don't forget to follow that. Also, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because YouTube don't want the subscribe button anymore for some reason. So, you're probably thinking, dude, the walls are too small, man. Yeah, right, okay, this is my own server. So if you're going to build this, you're going to want higher walls, okay? If you're doing it on a PvP server especially. But, can we just stop a sec and just appreciate how sexy these T-Rexes look? Look at the colour on them. They're mental. I saw them in the wild and I was just like, yeah, these are cool. I'm having these. Like, I've not seen colours like this before, especially that one with the white underbelly. Love it. So, let's get into the build. First thing you're going to want to do is put some wooden fence foundations down. Now, this is going to be for the Behemoth Gateway. I believe it's about, you need 8 and the gate will snap to 8. So what I tend to do is build 12 to 14 and snap it in the middle and delete, you know, as necessary. So here's the Behemoth Gate. Plonk that down. You're going to have bits poking out the side, which is your fence foundation, and that's your build point. So use that as like a reference. That way you don't need to try and get them underneath. So you can add walls to this as well, the Behemoth Gateway. I'm doing it. I think it looks decent. You might not like that the wall's poking through. I do, you know, just preference. And then you can just delete the fence foundation in the middle as well once you're done with that, in the middle of the gateway. And I'm building 4 to 5 high. Like I said, you want to build all the way up if you're on a proper server, but this is more for aesthetics for me. So now we're going to start doing the hexagon shape. So you want to build at a corner. I go about 8 to 10 in an angle. And then I'll go 15 along lengthways along here. That way you give yourself like a lot of space, and you get the hexagon shape without having like too much cornering. If you have it too cornered, I don't think it looks good. You might, if you want, you know, more corner, just put more corner in, you know, simple as that. I mean, what you could do is have like a smaller pen for your smaller dinos. That's like all hexagon and not as long as this pen. Like I said though, I'm only doing this for the T-Rexes because I just thought, you know, let's build a massive pen, man. But this is what it's going to be looking like basically. The start anyways, and you're just going to mirror it on the other side. That's all you're going to do, exactly how you built that before, and then that's it. That's the foundations down. And the reason you do that is because you want to be putting the walls down. You can use like normal, I know a lot of people use like normal foundations, like the wooden foundations, the actual proper foundations themselves. I prefer the fences because they're easier to work with, and they work better on uneven surfaces as well because they dig into the ground. That's the whole reason you use these. That's literally the only purpose. So we've now got the shape, and it's looking awesome, isn't it? But you're probably thinking, no, it's not. All I see is like just sticks on the floor. Well, I know, but just bear with me, all right? It's gonna happen. I like how these snap as well. You get some decent angles on these. So that is that done, and now we can move on to the walls. Like I said, the reason I've built this lower is because this is my own server. And you don't need to like worry about like being attacked on this server. If you're playing on like an official server or a PvP server, anything like that, build the walls higher, you know, put cannons on it, all that kind of stuff. But this is just aesthetic. This is all this is, an aesthetic pen. One thing to note as well, when you're building the corners, you want to be putting pillars down. I'm going to show you in a second what I mean. So don't build into the corner straight away of walls unless you want to like, you know, waste materials basically. And speaking of materials, you're probably going to be like, how much materials does this cost to build? I'm going to level with you. I have no idea. I didn't even keep track when I was building it. I'm going to do better in the next Ark video and get a list and write down everything that I'm using. Otherwise, I can't tell you guys, but I'm going to do better in that regard, okay? So I'll have a list of what materials, how much materials it costs, what materials I used, all that kind of stuff for you. I'll get you numbers for the next Ark video, I was about to say. Ark video. So there you go, there's the corners. You want to be doing this in every single corner. Well, not the wall backwards. And then you got like a wooden pillar on every corner. It just looks aesthetic. That's the only reason I've done it. It looks cool. If you don't like it, you don't have to have it, but I think it looks awesome, so that's why. And this is pretty much the shape done. It's looking good. It's looking good. I mean, you can keep it like this if you want, one layer of wall. I personally wouldn't, but you know, if you're happy with that, crack on. So there's another reason as well for the corner pillars. So they act as foundations, so you can put the ceilings down and you don't need to worry about having like foundations up from the floor. The only thing you need to do is, if it's red, put one foundation pillar into the floor. Now it can be stone or wood, it's completely up to you, and it will start snapping. That's all you need to do. You need one. You don't need to build it from the bottom all the way to the top. You don't need to waste materials like that. So yeah, worth noting that, and it's a good trick. Another thing worth noting, if it will snap properly, you can make the stairs look less gappy, so to speak. When you go to build, So let me just destroy this. So when you go to build, what you want to do is build for God's sake, you want to build it a step lower. So when you're planting it, I'll show you what I mean. Or planting it, putting it down. There you go. So you put it lower, and you can put one on top. And now if you look at it, it looks less gappy. You've got like no gaps there, like this one's got a gap. Alright, so show you again. You build, there we go. Put it on top. Done. And then that way, you're not looking at like a hole in the floor when you're walking around. Because obviously, because it's on uneven ground, it's going to be going up at an angle. So you're going to see gaps. So you eliminate gaps that way pretty much. Nice and easy. Good little life hack for Ark. So, now, you need to just go and put walls all the way around the outside. Inside, not outside. You're going to see red at the bottom. We're going to fix that, okay? I've got another life hack for you. So chill, okay? Don't worry. So, now that we've got the ceilings down, this is what it's pretty much looking like. Get in there. And now, with all the walls down, it's pretty much done. So we just need to fix the bottom gaps and then the gaps in the corners. And I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how, but I'm going to do it in a bit of a lazy way, okay? So this is how you fix the walls, the red walls at the bottom. You just put more fence foundations in. You want to line this up decently, though. Don't be half-assed with it. And boom, there you go. I mean, I could have come out a bit more. I'm a bit inwards, but it's doing the job, right? And that will snap. The fence foundations will snap to each other. Now, just got to be careful not to put it at an angle, because it will try and angle all the time. And the pillars shouldn't be in the way either. So, once you've done... Come on, just snap. Once you've done that, you'll pretty much eliminate all gaps in the bottom. If it's still red, you might want to move them back a bit. But if there's like enough to have it there, move it forward a bit. I'm on about the fence foundation, so you can line it up with the walls so they don't look, you know, as crap. Now, for the corners, it will snap. There you go. Put the corner in like so. Now, I made a mistake. I should have put more in here to cover the gap right by the gateway here, because it should have been more towards the gate. But it doesn't matter. You can fix that. I'll show you in a sec. And here we go. There you go. Done. Corner gaps be gone. Apart from the one right by the gate there. Because I didn't go in there. Like I said, what you should do is get another fence foundation before you start putting the walls up. Put it at an angle just right next to the corner. And then you can build up. Nice and simple. Pretty much how I just shown you. That's what you do. And that's it. All the gaps will be gone. Easy. Now it's time to put the railings down around the outside. Now because we've got corners... You don't get any corner slots for railings, so you'll get like, not clipping, but you'll get like issues where you're gonna have like a gap. What I tend to do with the gaps that are left by the railings, like I'll show you now, like so, is see there's a gap there just to your left. So what I'll do there is just put a ladder, you know, so you can climb in and out of your pen, or just leave it. It's up to you. Or you can put more wooden pillars if you want. If you want to, so you can have like more corners. I did originally, but I was like, nah, it looks too not tacky, but too much. When you got too many corner pillars in, it kind of like gets rid of like how it looks cool with the corner pillars, right? Well, with the wooden pillars in the corners, and I think if you put too much, it kind of takes away from that, like the cool look from it. So, but if you're into it, do it. By all means, do it. And for the final touches, I'm just putting some torches down. But like I was saying, if you want, you know, the pillars in the corners just to eliminate the gaps of the railings, do it. I personally don't like it. That's just my preference. But there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. You know, well, in reverse order, because, you know, YouTube won't notify you when I upload if you just hit subscribe. And also with my social media, guys, be sure to follow that, because I'm always posting on Snapchat and Instagram. Well, actually, I'm not posting all the time on Instagram, that's a lie, but I'm going to start, I promise. And then my Facebook's a bit meh at the moment, but still follow it, why not? Snapchat's where I'm most active, though, and I have got a Twitter, but I rarely use Twitter anymore, so yeah, not worth it. But let me know what you think, guys, and also, like I said, Far Cry 5 Animal Battles are coming again soon, and let me know what other builds you'd like to see in Ark. I've got plans anyways, but it'd be nice to hear like what you guys have to say. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. I'm up for criticism, and whatever you've got to say, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like. And I'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.